Wellness Warriors, welcome to this training, which is a two-part series where I'm going to be running you through how to get beyond your face-to-face, everyday practitioner role and expand into one-to-many. Now, one-to-many can either go down the online path where you're doing an online program, or you can choose to go down the offline path. Really, you can combine those two, but here in this training, I'm going to be explaining the offline path. Now, this is broken into three different stages. You've got seminars, workshops, and retreats. And in this part of the two-part training, I'm going to explain to you the economics and the impact of running all three different kinds of offline one-to-many programs. So we're going to start here. Over on the left, we've got the frequency. Now, when you first break into this area, you're going to want to start by doing 4 seminars per month, okay? Just keep these figures in mind. When you break into workshops, you're going to want to look at doing 3 workshops per month. And then with retreats, you're going to want to look at doing 2 per month. And this is in order of difficulty. You want to start with seminars, move to workshops, and eventually move to retreats. And the reason you want to flow upwards like this is because as you travel further up this food chain, if you like, you're having a greater impact. You're charging a greater price, which means you're changing more lives and you're becoming more profitable, which is what we all want. So starting off with seminars, you can run these for either 60 minutes or 90 minutes. This comes down to the kind of content you're going to be delivering. So if you've got a particularly big topic to discuss, you're going to want to run it for 90 minutes. For that, you're going to charge $30 per person. There is a model by which you can have free seminars, and I would discourage you against doing that because it immediately flags a lack of value. If you're charging $20 for a 60-minute seminar or $30 for a 90-minute seminar, what you're communicating to your clients is that you have something valuable to share and they'd better get in on it. So if you have a seminar like this, either 60 or 90 minutes, you'll be looking to get 20 bums on seats. You want 20 people in that room. And that's going to yield you either $400 if you do a 60-minute or $600 if you do a 90-minute, an hour-and-a-half seminar. And of course, you've got to take your running costs out of that. So you'd be looking at about 20% running costs for this seminar. So you'd subtract that from your overall profit. Moving up to workshops, again, you want to be looking at doing 3 workshops per month. Now, you might not start there. You might just start by doing 1 in a month and learn some stuff, and then launch into the next month and start doing 2 a month and then 3. But ultimately, if you want to be profitable with this and you want to move seriously into this one-to-many model, you're aiming for 3 per month as a starting block, and then you can expand beyond that. So you've got a full day workshop and then you've got a half day workshop. Again, this comes back to your content, how much content you've got and how long it's going to take for you to communicate that content. And as we move through, like starting at the very beginning with a 60-minute seminar all the way to a 5-day retreat, this all comes down to how much content you have to deliver and how much impact you want to have on that person. Because obviously a 5-day retreat is going to completely transform someone's life, whereas a 60-minute seminar is just going to plant an idea and help someone in some small way. So just keep all of that in mind. A half-day workshop you would charge $120 for that. So that's going to be a 3 to 4 hour workshop, and a full day is going to be $220. You want to be looking at around about that figure. Here, the amount of people coming into the workshop, obviously you're going to be a bit more targeted, a bit more focused about who you want to bring into that workshop. So you're going to aim for about 10 people to come into that. And if you do a half day, that's going to yield you $1.2K. And for the full day workshop, that's $2.2K for a day workshop. So you can see there's a great incentive to move up as you go. You're having more impact and you're getting a better profit. And then we move all the way to retreats. Now, this can be a retreat in your actual local area. You can run it like this. If you're near a major city, you can run it in Australia, or you can opt to run it overseas. It really is up to you and the kind of impact you want to have and the kind of setting that you want to have. So with retreats, you're going beyond the full day. The next step up to that beyond the full day is a 2-day. So you'd have a minimum 2-day retreat and you just change the name. Really, this is all just terminology for the same thing. It's all just describing this transition from small impact, small profit, all the way to massive impact, big profit. So a 2-day retreat, you would charge $520 per person, and you'd be looking to get 5 people to that retreat to start off with, and you would grow that from that base. Minimum of 5 people. And you would yield 2.6K for a 2-day retreat. And then for a 5-day, you would charge $1,200. So you're actually scaling it down the longer you run it. You're taking the price down a little bit. There's a bit of a value incentive there for people to go to the 5-day retreat. Again, 5 people, that'd yield you 6K. So just imagine now, you're starting this process, you start launching 4 seminars a month, which I know can sound daunting, but once you get to the point where you're taking the action, this will come naturally. 4 seminars per month, an hour per seminar. There's not a lot of organizing. There's not a whole lot involved once you know what you're doing. And I'm going to explain how to run all of these in the second video, so don't worry about that now. Then you're moving to 3 workshops per month. Again, if you're doing 3 workshops per month and you're doing full day workshops, yielding 2.2K 3 times per month, that's over $6,500 per month just by doing 3 days. Now, I'm sure you could use an extra $6,500 in your wellness practice. And then if you're doing just 2 retreats per month, either domestically or someplace like Bali or Thailand, which is becoming very popular, if you just do 2 of those per month, you're yielding 12K a month just for running 2 retreats. Now that's pretty fantastic if you add that on top of your regular one-to-one service delivery. So that's a rundown of the economics of running seminars, workshops, and retreats. I'm now going to explain in this second part of the training how to run your seminars, workshops, and retreats. There's actually a structure behind how to do that. But I just want you to understand this is going to make the most impact the further up you go. You're going to have a much higher impact because you're in a very intimate setting. There's a lot of interaction involved in a retreat, and there's less interaction with the workshop. And then a seminar is much more like a lecture style thing where you're doing most of the talking, people are observing. It's a bit more passive, so of course there's going to be less impact. That's how it all works. I hope you enjoyed that training video.